course, the issue of VAT should not be increased. They've also talked about the idea of no reduction in the company income tax. Are we also missing out? Because again, on one hand, you're saying don't increase VAT, which is good, but don't reduce company income tax, because it would seem as though the governors were thinking based on what they would get and not how that would trickle down and impact on job numbers, for example, because these are the businesses that employ. And if you at least reduce tax for them, you create room for them to invest in other areas. I mean, were we thinking, or were they thinking in that regard when they were saying the reduction in? They are not.
The problem we have is that we are short of thinkers and proactive developers in the mood of those we had in the First Republic. I'm sorry to say it. They are thinking about. I'll give an example. In 2002, Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the whole world, paid a whooping tax of $11 billion to the U.S. federal account. $11 billion. Most corporations are leaving Nigeria, PZ and all of them. They are leaving because the environment is not conducive. There is insecurity, there's multiple tax regime, and which is what Mr. President is trying to reduce. I'll give an example. PZ made a huge loss in Nigeria in 2023. But if you look at their operation actually, they actually made the highest profit after tax based on operation of 38% compared to their operation in other parts of the world. But they lost out because of FX devaluation and FX-related losses. All I expected the governors to sit down. And I said, when we talk about insecurity too, everybody begins to look at the center. As a governor of a state without Abuja, I will not share an inch of my state with any hoodlum or bandit. The governor of Zamfara State even stated that they know where the bandits are. The people know who the bandits are. They are not unknown. And he said, with the right political will, we can destroy them in 2 weeks. We expect the Northwestern Governors Forum to sit down with Mr. President. This is what we want to do, to ensure that there is no banditry, there is no ISWAP, there is no local wara in the whole of the Northwest. I expect the Southeast Governors Forum to sit down with Mr. President. We want this, we want this, we want this to destroy insecurity. And I'll give you an example. If today we want to destroy insecurity in the Southeast, all we just need to do, if we decide to be very transparent, security is indigenous. Let me tell you, every community knows the good, the bad and ugly. And the good are being hindered because the very minority evil people have AK-47 and means of oppression, which is unlawful terror. If we decide today to do what is right, go back to the 1, 2, 4, 6 electoral wards in the Southeast. Ask the leaders, the clergy, give us 100 of your sons who you can trust. Bring them under what we call agro rangers. Do clusters of 1,000 hectares in every ward. Get the federal government to support you. Set up a security trust fund of 120, 150 billion naira. We will fund it in 24 hours in Alibo. We have people that can fund it. And if you bring the 100 people, train them under it will be tripartite supervision, the National Security Advisor, the governors, and whoever that will head in every state. Equip them with AK-47, just like we have the civilian task force in the north. Getting us in to give us 3 armored personnel carriers in every local government areas. When you take 1,000 hectares of land from every of the 1,246 electoral wards, you will have reduced any place where the bandits will hide. Give them concussion drugs and allow the people to go to their forest and fish out the kidnappers and the hoodlums. When you have these people being paid well, and you have agro parks that can create between 10, 15 billion naira every year in every of these electoral wars, there is job and everything. Insecurity will be a thing of the past. Unknown government will be a thing of the past. Sit at home on Monday will be a thing of the past. But these governors are not after all these things. If you ask them, they will tell you, oh, the federal government controls the army, the federal government controls the military, the federal government controls the police. But we know that security is beyond kinetic. It's winning the trust of the people, working with the people, and using the people, the good people, to flush out the very minor bad people that are creating problems for us. And when you have the conducive environment for 24/7 economy to grow, Nigeria will blossom. So I expect every one of them to sit down. Leadership is all about protection of life and property. That is number one obligation of every leader. But these guys do not see. If we have compassionate, empathetic, honest leaders in the mood of Jokonde, in the mood of Michael Okpara, in the mood of Simon Bakwe, in the mood of Obasanjo Awolowo, in today's Fourth Republic, Nigeria will be fixed in less than 1 year. But the problem is that all they are thinking is about, oh, how do we get FAC? How do we get Jack? How do we share it? And how do we loot it? I'm sorry to use the word. And that is what we're experiencing over the last 25 years.
All right, so